Hello and welcome to Rural Talks. Friends, there was a time when we used to talk on basic human needs of food, shelter, and clothing, roti, kapda, or makan. Now, another important thing that is emerging is data, is the technology. Earlier, villages used to come close to the rivers to manage their needs, but now they move to the growth areas. Wherever there's data available, where there's technology available, they want to be very close to that areas. So, to discuss on digitization in rural India, pragmatic or optimistic, we have with us Mr. Osama Manzar, founder and director of Digital Empowerment Foundation. He's a global leader and is on a mission of eradicating information poverty from India and global south using digital tools. He's a social entrepreneur, author, columnist, impact speaker, and mentor, and sits on several government and policy committees in India and on international organizations. So, not to waste much of more time on this, let me welcome Mr. Osama Manzar to Rural Talks. Mr. Osama, my first question to you that you have spent almost 15 years in digital empowerment. And so could you just take us through your journey in the rural areas for the past 15 years and what kind of transformations you have seen in the last 15 years happening?
Yeah, thank you very much for Ajay for getting me on your rural talks or rural marketing talks, and look forward to have this discussion with your audience. Little that people talk about digital and rural together, and it's exciting to see how
Yes.
we can actually talk about the success stories or the challenges of rural India vis-a-vis digitalization and digital penetration. So our journey has been close to 2 decades, actually far more than 15 years. But my association to rural India has been childhood and very deep and all that. Uh, uh, the journey has been very straightforward and clear. Is that rural India still is unfortunately less than 70%, less than 30% connected, as far as the internet is concerned. So when we had started 2 decades back, the
This was
penetration was obviously very, very low, and but mobile has changed the landscape and all that. But major learning as far as the digital inclusion, internet, and rural India is concerned, rural India is actually bypass the whole progress of internet and PC and those era of desktop and everything. Our rural India and digital inclusion is a story of mobile penetration, mobile-based connectivity, handheld connectivity, and so on and so forth. And the second thing is that our penetration of digital in rural is also more to do with basic necessities of life, like access to entertainment, access to government entitlements, access to those very necessary things like MJNREGA and so on and so forth.
yes.
But COVID kind of scenario certainly brings a very different kind of challenge as far as rural India is concerned, which actually shows that rural India has not been progressing very well to have a robust digital infrastructure. Because when it comes to education, we don't know what to do now in rural India, because all the schools are closed, home based infrastructure is not there, broadband based infrastructure is not there, mobile based connectivity cannot solve all the problems, and so on and so forth. But one major great journey and story is that digital India or digital penetration or digital pervasiveness in rural India has enabled the most illiterate also as a very able person who can communicate, who can share information, who can consume
Yes.
information, who
Yes.
can give their opinion, and so on and so forth. So digital is very much a very democratically, a spread out phenomena, which has been able to empower all kind of people in several manners.
So at one point of time हम लोग बात करते थे कि रोटी कपड़ा और मकान ठीक है, आज की डेट में हम लोग बात करते हैं रोटी कपड़ा मकान और डाटा. सो डाटा हैज बिकम one of the most integral part of technology, where every decisions making has been happening through the data. So what kind of social and cultural behavioral you have seen, especially in the rural areas?
So, I'm glad that you said that, रोटी कपड़ा मकान और बैंडविड्थ भी लोग कहते हैं, रोटी कपड़ा और मकान और डेटा भी लोग कहते हैं, रोटी कपड़ा मकान एंड इंटरनेट भी लोग कहते हैं. But the understanding of data and internet with the life or the existence of life, I don't think we have been able to relate it very well. I mean, for example, while I'm agreeing with you is that data अभी इतना ही जरूरी है जितना रोटी कपड़ा और मकान जरूरी है, लेकिन उसको अगर समझ की तरह से देखा जाए तो क्या इतनी जरूरी है? हम अभी इंटरनेट लेके जाते हैं गांव में तो लोग बोलते हैं अरे हमारे पास खाने के लिए अनाज नहीं है, पीने के लिए पानी नहीं है, और आप इंटरनेट की बातें करते हैं. तो हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि actually when you talk about internet, it is actually more important than even food, because if I'm living in a village and if I am a poorest of the poor person and if I want to access my ration for food, I cannot access ration without internet. वो बायोमेट्रिक में जब तक मेरा आधार नहीं लगेगा या मेरा अंगूठा नहीं लगेगा, मेरी आइडेंटिफिकेशन डिजिटली नहीं होगी, तब तक वो राशन ही नहीं मिलेगा मुझे. तो actually it is more important than food. Actually your access to food and basic necessity is via data, via internet, via bandwidth. So it's very, very important that we understand that. And from that perspective only, I am saying is that India has progressed very well to create digital ecosystem, but India has not progressed well to digitalization of human beings or the last person to enable digital as an infrastructure of a daily necessity. अभी भी मुझे मेरे पास मेरे घर पे डिजिटल नहीं है, मेरे मोहल्ले में डिजिटल नहीं है, मेरे गांव में डिजिटल नहीं है, बैंडविड्थ नहीं है, मुझे उधर जाना पड़ता है, इधर जाना पड़ता है. So actually मेरी लाइफ में डिजिटल has become a next middleman which is as exploitative as the bureaucrat, as exploitative as the panchayat, as exploitative as the government officer, or as exploitative as any middleman. So it is very important that we see rural India from digitalization perspective, is that how digital is being seen as a efficiency provider rather than the exploitation provider or exploitation enabling bureaucratic provider.
No, you just mentioned how we see digital. मेरा आपसे एक सिंपल सा प्रश्न है कि आपने यू स्प्रेड ऑल अक्रॉस इंडिया, यू हैव योर फुटप्रिंट्स, यू हैव गॉट रूरल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स अक्रॉस द कंट्री. एक बेसिक रूरल में, if somebody, I take somebody from south, somebody from the north, east and west, what are the basic lingo they use? I mean, what kind of words they use to understand these kind of technologies? अगर मैं आपके एक्सपीरियंस से कुछ ऐसे शब्द जानना चाहूँ कि क्या आप लोग यूज करते हैं या कैसे उन लोगों को समझाते हैं, बिकॉज इट्स मोर ऑफ ए लिटरेसी. यू टॉक अबाउट लिटरेसी ओवरऑल कि whether we have been able to make impact, and when you have to communicate with them, so what kind of communication really happens between them?
We have not devised any new mechanism or any basic lingo or a different lingo to do digital literacy or digital adaptation or something. It is very much a part of being के मैं कुछ वैसे नहीं बताना चाहता कि क्या लिंगो यूज करते हैं, लेकिन हमारी जो ऑब्जर्वेशन है वो ये जरूर है कि ये जो डिजिटल का जो पूरा लिंगो है, इट हैज बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ देयर लाइफ. फॉर एग्जांपल झारखंड में हम काम करते हैं, तो वहां पर हमने बहुत सारी लड़कियों के साथ और औरतों के साथ हमने वार्तालाप किया, तो वो आपस में एक दूसरे को डिजिटल दीदी भी बोलते हैं, कोई एक दूसरे को टैबलेट दीदी बोलती है, कोई किसी को इंटरनेट दीदी बोलती है. तो ये लिंगो हमने नहीं बनाया, उन्होंने खुद ही बनाया, उन्होंने खुद ही बनाया. अब अब व्हाट्सएप हमने बनाया और हम इधर से लेके गए, लेकिन उन्होंने उसको अडॉप्ट कर लिया. और
हम्म,
हमने इधर से इमोजीज बनाए, स्माइली बनाए, लेकिन उन्होंने उसी से लेके कुछ अपना भी बना लिया, वीडियो
हम्म,
रिकॉर्ड करके कुछ बना लिया, तो टिकटॉक साथी बना लिया, या व्हाट्सएप दोस्त बना लिया, या वैसे फेसबुक दोस्त बना लिया, या इस तरह के हमारे तो बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट हैं जिसका नाम है फेसबुक दोस्त, डिजिटल दीदी, डिजिटल सखी, इंटरनेट साथी,
हम्म,
बहुत सारे इस तरह के प्रोजेक्ट का नाम ही वैसे ही है। तो
हम्म,
लिंगो जो है, मैं कहूंगा कि दोनों तरफ है। डिजिटल ने हमारे लोकल लिंगो को भी अडॉप्ट किया है, और लोकल लोगों ने इंटरनेट और डिजिटल को भी लिंगो को
yes,
अडॉप्ट किया है, और नई नई
हाँ,
चीजें, नए नए लिंगोज उन्होंने बनाए हैं। जैसे बैंकिंग कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट है, लेकिन कोई बैंकिंग कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट नहीं बोलता, बीसी लोग बोल देते हैं, या अब बीसी शॉर्ट फॉर्म है, आसान है उनके लिए बोलना, तो बोल लेते हैं, या फेसबुक नहीं लोग बोलेंगे, एफबी लोग बोल देंगे,
हाँ,
या आप यहाँ पर बोलोगे कि मेरा मैसेज देखा है या नहीं देखा है, बोलोगे, वो बोलेंगे ब्लू टिक हो गया, ब्लू टिक हो गया, तो इसका मतलब तुमने तो देख लिया है। तो वो
हाँ,
जैसे डेली बेसिस पे बोलेंगे, आपने मेरे मैसेज का जवाब नहीं दिया, तो हमने बोला कि मैंने तो पढ़ा ही नहीं, तो बोला क्या बात कर रहे हो, ब्लू टिक देखा था मैंने। तो
हम्म,
अब ब्लू टिक इज अ डेली लैंग्वेज के, ब्लू टिक का मतलब ये कि आपने देख लिया, एंड यू हैव इग्नोर्ड एंड यू हैव नॉट रिप्लाइड,
हम्म,
these kind of things. So I would say that one of the things that has emerging is that oral based communication ability of digital world has
हम्म,
enabled and empowered local people a lot. Because अगर मुझे लिखना नहीं आता, पढ़ना नहीं आता, तो भी मैं मैसेज भेज सकता हूँ, रिकॉर्ड करके भेज सकता हूँ, वॉइस मैसेज भेज सकता हूँ,
हम्म,
लिख के उसकी फोटो खींच के भेज सकता हूँ, फोटो बना के भेज सकता हूँ, फोटो खींच के भेज सकता हूँ. So the communication has actually expanded in a digital world, which has
हम्म,
enabled the localized people, local people, even who are illiterate and uneducated, in many manner, from the script perspective or the reading writing perspective, they are equally
हम्म,
empowered. पहले हमारा सिग्नेचर जो था वो आइडेंटिटी था, लेकिन अब तो बायोमेट्रिक अंगूठा भी तो आइडेंटिटी ही है ना, तो ये भी मेरे को इनेबल कर देता है, तो
हम्म,
visual learning, visual communication, oral communication has become a very powerful ingredient for the rural people.
हम्म. So, I mean, if I look at the digital literacy, is it making really impact in the rural areas?
So digital literacy, I would say, is not required because of mobile. Because mobile
Okay.
is such
Hmm.
a tool that doesn't require to teach you how to use your app, or how to use scanning, or how to use photograph,
Hmm.
camera, or so many things. So it
Yes.
is very interesting that digital literacy per se is not required, but critical thinking is required.
Hmm.
Digital literacy is required from the perspective of, let's say, how do you use mobile for education, how do you use mobile for health, how do you use mobile for accessing government entitlements, how do you use mobile for archiving, how do you use mobile for complaints, how do you use mobile for data consumption or whatever. So I would
Hmm.
say digital, more than digital literacy, it is more about contextual digital utilization literacy is required.
Hmm.
जैसे बैंकिंग करना है, तो बैंकिंग में अगर आपको कोई ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट यूज करनी है या ऐप यूज करना है, that may
Hmm.
require a little bit of training and all that, but
Hmm.
it is more about what not to use and what to use than
That's
than the
it.
basic literacy.
Peer, peer group or somebody will keep on educating these people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, मतलब जो difference आएगा, people at the elderly people and the people at the young age. Young are very easy to adapt, but probably at the people who have got certain age, for them there may be a difficulty as such.
तो
So,
एल्डर्स लेवल पे तो डिजिटल यूटिलाइजेशन इज ऑलमोस्ट नेग्लिजिबल, दैट इज ओनली फॉर कॉलिंग, रिसीविंग कॉल्स एंड दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स.
okay.
बट digital is very much about youth, and digital unfortunately is also about youth and male. There is a, I mean, I'm sad to say that it's pathetic that our digital penetration among girls is much more lower, lower than it should have been. तो वो एक है मुश्किल की बात कि digital has become more about youth. and the young people, but also it automatically gets attracted towards the male part. And we are also being a patriarchal society. The mobile and the digital reaches first to the male than the female.
But you're trying to say the use of digital in the female is low?
Yes, very very low, and it is it's very very low. Actually, you would be surprised that more than 90 or almost close to 90% of the women of India do not have access to digital internet.
So the latest figure says it is 72% men and 28% women. That's the kind of data consumption which is happening. But the
So
point
that
which,
you can easily relate to access also.
yes. So I'm getting the overall overview, but let me try to understand, because in the rural areas, the maximum decisions are taken by the women and maximum decisions are taken by the youth. All right, wherein men are hardly taking any decisions. So, do you think that this is very, very important that the women in the rural area get literate enough and they be exposed to so many things as such?
So I don't know how to refute your claim or the data that you are actually saying, but
Yes,
I don't think our men are, our women are in rural India decision maker. They are certainly more participant to all the activities. They do
yes.
agriculture, they do domestic, they do earning, they do everything. Men
Hmm.
usually command the, decision making, but the working mass in rural India is mostly women. Having said that, I totally agree with you is that it's the woman who should be targeted to have digital penetration or digital utilization, because अगर
Yes.
एक औरत के पास मोबाइल जाता है या डिजिटल जाता है तो वो उसके घर को भी फायदा करेगा, उसके काम में भी फायदा करेगा, उसके
Hmm.
डिसीजन मेकिंग में भी फायदा करेगा, पूरी कम्युनिटी को फायदा करेगा। लेकिन
Hmm.
ऐसा है नहीं, ऐसा है
Hmm.
नहीं। आई मीन वो
Hmm.
होना चाहिए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारे सारे प्रोग्राम वेरी वुमेन सेंट्रिक एंड वुमेन ओरिएंटेड है, बिकॉज वी बिलीव दैट if you make one woman digitally literate, you make the entire house digitally literate. If
Yes.
you give one mobile to a woman, then everybody gets empowered. But
Hmm.
if you give the same mobile to men, then you will end up seeing that the person is either watching video on mobile or doing something which is not really helping the whole community or the whole household or the whole family. It will be very individualistic access. But when you
Hmm.
do it with women, it will always 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 be for the benefit of everyone around her.
Hmm. So how do you, because country being so vast, how do you localize the content? Because what may work in the one state may not work in next, probably next even 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers, it will not work. So how do you think it is easy for anybody to localize those kind of contents? Are there any tools which are available, or is there any scientific manner where we can get this content localized?
So you tell me even a single thing that you cannot do in rural India for which localization is required. Actually, there is no work that is undone or not done
Hmm.
because of the non-localization. Because
Hmm.
people usually find any peer to help you to do the work for you in the whatever language that is there. Having
Hmm.
said that, the major language localization is already there. The Hindi has been totally adapted in all digital world.
Hmm.
All the South Indian languages have been adapted. All the state languages had been adapted. तो
Hmm.
द मेजर डेली बेसिस डेली नीड से रिलेटेड जितने कंटेंट है वो लोकलाइज्ड है। एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड जितने कंटेंट है ऑलमोस्ट सारे लोकलाइज्ड हैं। लेकिन एक चीज जो सबसे अच्छी बात है कि आजकल बिकॉज ऑफ द audio visualization of the digital,
Hmm.
there are many things that happens orally. There are many things that happens with voice, with video, with photo
We
and all
do.
that. तो
Hmm.
एंड दूसरी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ये है कि इट ऑल्सो अलाउज पीपल टू क्रिएट कंटेंट इन लोकल लैंग्वेज। सो द लोकलाइजेशन इज नॉट ओनली द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ एन इंस्टीट्यूशन, बट इट इज ऑल्सो वेरी सॉट आफ्टर थिंग दैट कि कोई भी कुछ भी लोकलाइज कर लेता है। प्लस
Hmm.
ज्यादातर सोशल मीडिया जो कि पेनेट्रेशन ऑफ डिजिटल का फ्लैग बियरर्स हैं, they all work in largely all local languages, so that also gives a very very strong. So localization is a double edged sword. On one side it shows that कि जरूरी है, कि ये जरूरी नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर मान लीजिए कि हमें ओरल अगर बोलना है और बोल के कुछ समझाना है, तो उसमें ट्रांसलेशन की क्या जरूरत है? अगर हम वीडियो से मैसेज भेज रहे हैं या ऑडियो से मैसेज भेज रहे हैं, तो हमको ट्रांसलेशन नहीं चाहिए,
नहीं चाहिए।
हमको ट्रांसलेशन वाला तब चाहिए कीबोर्ड, जब हम कीबोर्ड का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं
ठीक
या
बात है।
हम पढ़ने का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं,
हाँ,
so that has actually made life very easy. Mobile is very oral, mobile is very visual, mobile is very very क्या उसको कहते हैं, it's beyond the script and beyond written, so that empowers people. And as far as the banking is concerned, there are many software which is coming which translates on the fly, तो
yes,
वो आपको समझ बोलता रहता है, अभी ये क्लिक कीजिए, अब ये क्लिक कीजिए, अब ये क्लिक कीजिए, अब ये क्लिक कीजिए, ऐसे 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 बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर आ गए हैं। प्लस मेजर लैंग्वेजेस में तो होता ही है। आई थिंक द बिगर चैलेंज इज नॉट द digital literacy in local language or understanding in local language, but the bigger challenge is कि आपको बैंकिंग करना है तो ई कॉमर्स के जो नुआंसेस है वो आपको समझ में आते हैं कि नहीं, वो फॉर्म भरना आपको समझ में आता है कि नहीं, या उसके ई कॉमर्स के पेमेंट गेटवे आपको समझ में आता है कि नहीं। दैट इज अ बिगर इशू देन द लैंग्वेज इटसेल्फ।
And how is this NGOs and you have this FPOs and all those grassroots organizations and all? So how are they getting abreast to the new technology, and how efficiently are they using these kind of digital tools as such?
तो आई मीन देयर आर ऑल काइंड ऑफ एग्जांपल्स देयर, लाइक फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूसर्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो हैं, वो बहुत सारे ऐसे हैं जो यूज करती हैं ऑनलाइन ई कॉमर्स के लिए, सप्लाई चेन के लिए। बहुत सारे लोग अपने छोटे छोटे ग्रुप्स बना लेते हैं और व्हाट्सएप से मार्केटिंग करते हैं। बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं वो लोकलाइज्ड मार्केट ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं और मैसेजिंग सर्विस से और सोशल मीडिया से प्रचार करते हैं। तो I would say not the mass adaptation, but certainly there are very large number of examples are there at a grassroots level, whether it's a weaving community or a handloom community or artisan community or the farmers community or the local producers company, who have been able to use social media for e-commerce, social media for supply chain, messaging service for creating local groups, and so on and so forth. For example, there is this guy in UP who has a subscription based WhatsApp group news service, subscription based, तो लोग 90 रुपया या 100 रुपया महीने का देते हैं और उन्होंने ग्रुप बना रखा है, एंड ही टेक्स फुल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि जितनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन या न्यूज़ वो प्रोवाइड करते हैं उस ग्रुप में, वो कोई भी फेक न्यूज़ नहीं होता है और कोई भी मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं होता है, और लोगों ने सब्सक्राइब किया हुआ है और वो देते हैं, और वो ग्रुप 250 लोगों से ज़्यादा हो जाता है या 245 लोगों से ज़्यादा हो जाता है। So then they have more and more groups. So there are paid groups who are making money. Then there is these flower sellers in Tamil Nadu who are making money just by selling flowers through WhatsApp. Then there are people who are providing tourism service through Facebook. So apna personal. Then there are FPOs in Tamil Nadu who have a total supply chain and the e-commerce website to sell the local produce of the products. But this is, I would say, mass scale पे नहीं है। अब मैं कहूँगा कि there are 26 million MSMEs in the country. How many of them are online? How many of them are selling? Adaptation of digital technology among MSME or micro entrepreneurs or the nano entrepreneurs at a large scale is not 100% institutionally done. There are websites from the government side to sell their products online, but it's not fully penetrated, because full penetration happens when the digital infrastructure is robust, when there is a digital culture. Then there is a culture of digitization, there is a culture of transparency, there is a culture of data consumption, data production, there is a culture of efficiency, there is a culture of openness. Digital is not just a technology. Digital actually gives a human being a challenge that are you ready for transparency? Are you ready for, showcasing? Are you ready for efficiency? Are you ready for accountability? Are you ready for, efficiency or not? तो ये सारी चीजें रिक्वायरमेंट हैं डिजिटल की. डिजिटल इज जस्ट नॉट लेइंग अ केबल और बाइंग अ हार्डवेयर और buying a software or getting online. It is very, very important that you understand the meaning of efficiency, transparency, accountability, if you want to make digital as a cultural penetration of any society.
Very well. But you just while in your discussion, you spoke about fake this thing, because in rural areas, you have fake news, you have fake products, so many things are there. And people in the rural area are very easy to be lured with the fake information. And similarly,
Yeah.
that's the reason they have been buying a lot of fake products. So in your view, how do you see this entire scenario?
So, देखिए, I mean, as long as there has been existence of the society and community and human beings, fake news and misinformation and fakeism is part of us.
Yes.
I mean, and rumors also,
Hmm.
So, I mean, you must have heard that people mix soda in milk, and they sell it. It has nothing to do with digital. The only difference is that now you must be selling those fake milk on digital platforms. That could be the only, and you might be spreading and marketing much better on social media or digital.
हाँ,
बट रूरल इंडिया में एक चीज जरूर है कि रूरल इंडिया गेट्स अफेक्टेड मोर देन अदर्स इज आल्सो बिकॉज ऑफ the lack of reportage, lack of understanding, lack of critical thinking, because most of the information producers are top down, and most of the information consumption happens bottom up. So उसमें क्या होता है कि छोटा सा एग्जांपल दूं कि आपने कोई इंफॉर्मेशन तैयार की, आपने भेज दिया मैसेज, अब वो फॉरवर्ड 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 चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, एंड एवरी फॉरवर्डर थिंक्स दैट दे हैव क्रिएटेड दिस कंटेंट, उसको फॉरवर्ड करने में ही मजा आ रहा है, एंड इट्स एंटरटेनमेंट, इवन दो इट्स अ फेक न्यूज, इवन दो इट्स अ मर्डर मिस्ट्री,
yes,
even though it's absolutely unauthenticated, and so on and so forth. So I would say that in the modern time, especially in rural India, the challenge is not about digital literacy or information literacy. Challenge is about critical thinking. कैसे हम जो है इंफॉर्मेशन को कंज्यूम जो करने से पहले और उसके ऊपर एक्शन लेने से पहले, do we apply our mind, whether it's right or wrong or authenticated or source or whatever. हमारे यहाँ सोर्स कोई पूछता ही नहीं है. आप जैसे किसी से मिलोगे और बोलोगे कि पता है ये पड़ोस में ये हो गया, अरे तुमने तो मुझे बताया ही नहीं. तो आप सबसे पहले ये नहीं कि वो पड़ोसी मर गया उसकी कहानी आप सुना रहे हो या किसी प्रॉब्लम की कहानी सुना रहे हो, आपने नहीं बताया, दैट इज अ बिगर इशू. आपने पहले मुझे क्यों नहीं बताया. So even in the normal society, what happens is that if you are sending a kind of information that there is a child lifting news somewhere, I mean, we are not thinking कि चाइल्ड लिफ्टिंग हुआ या र्यूमर है या क्या है. आप सबसे पहले उसको फॉरवर्ड कर दिया, सबसे पहले उसको फॉरवर्ड कर दिया, irrespective, and you want to become the first one to inform the next one.
yes.
because आप इसी माहौल में रहते चले आए हो कि पहले किसको पता चला, पहले किसने बताया, पहले किसको पता चला, पहले किसने बताया, क्या बताया, उसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट क्या है, उसकी इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है, उसकी रेलेवेंस क्या है, इससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. आप अगर गांव में जाते हो गाड़ी लेके, तो आप पूछोगे किसी से कि भाई वो सीताराम की कॉलोनी, ये क्या नाम है उसका, सीतापुर जाना है, भाई सीतापुर जाना है, किसके घर जाना है, फिर दूसरा आएगा बोलेगा कि अरे इनको जरूर उनके यहाँ जाना होगा. कोई नहीं बताएगा आपको कि रास्ता, वो सबसे आखिर में बताएगा आपको, और वो भी शायद नहीं बताएगा, बोलेगा मैं बैठ जाता हूँ आपकी गाड़ी में, मैं छोड़ देता हूँ आपको, मैं बता दूंगा एग्जैक्टली कहाँ पे है. So I am more interested in something else than what is being asked or what is being So that's a, I mean, we are a very interesting society and community, and perhaps I would say that we are a perfect society and community to nurture and consume and give fruit to misinformation and fake news and everything that, because we have a lack of critical thinking, and that is the challenge in the modern era when the consumption and the production of information is happening unending. It is important to figure out what is critical thinking.
Yes, man, I think it was very wrong of me asking, especially about the rural area, because we people living in the urban areas, when we are not able to do that critical thinking of deciphering the news, whether it is a real news or it is a fake news, and how do you expect that this thing to happen in the rural area?
That's
I
right.
mean, still rural people are more sensitive and they are more. I mean, the logical thinking is much higher than urban. It's much higher. But rightly you said कि सबसे पहले news कौन देगा? So that everybody wants to be a news anchor, right?
Right, right.
So tell me now the current situation, which is COVID-19, which is happening, and of course the entire world is suffering from this. How do you think that digitization can be of any kind of a help, especially in the rural areas, or what kind of things which needs to be done that the people are pre-informed or they are going to be taking care of themselves?
Okay, so it's interesting time, and actually, COVID is just not a pandemic, but it's a pandemic which affects each and every aspects of human existence. From socialization to trust, to
Mm.
supply chain, to economic activity, to social activity, to all kind of things. So it is affecting us more than health wise. It is affecting us from economy wise, psychology wise, society wise,
Mm.
and all. And in this one, certainly it looks like that digital is the only means or the most important infrastructure or the means that we need to continue to work in a manner that we can coordinate with each other, we can communicate with each other, we can talk to each other, we can see each other, and without meeting also, which is the social meeting barrier, or the physical barrier, which is the most basic ingredient of the protocol that the COVID pandemic has actually told us. Don't meet, don't see, don't go close, and all that, which is very inhuman actually, because human existence thrive on being social, और जो पहला वर्ड ये बोलते हैं सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग या फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग, एक तो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बोलना नहीं चाहिए, वी शुड से फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग, but this is so anti-human, because it just tells you not to meet, not to trust others. So it certainly gives us a huge challenge. In this scenario like this, digital is certainly one of the most important infrastructure that we need. It actually also tells a country to do a benchmark that where do we stand on digital infrastructure, because this pandemic is not affecting us for day one or day two or day three. It is going to continue for at least 2 to 5 years.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
for sure. I mean, because एक तो ये कि कोई भी जो वायरस या डिजीज आती है तो इट डजंट लीव यू ना, ये तो रहता है ना, आपके साथ हमेशा रहेगा। आपकी फाइटिंग कैपेबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है, या आपके पास दवाइयां आ जाती हैं या वैक्सीन आ जाते हैं जिसकी वजह से यू रिलैक्स, दैट डजंट मीन दैट इट डाइज डाउन, इट्स ऑलवेज देयर, इट्स ऑलवेज अराउंड यू, and people will keep getting affected. Today there is no cure, but tomorrow we may get cure and vaccination and all that. That itself will take at least couple of years to figure out कि क्या होना है क्या नहीं होना है. So we are certainly going to be affected in the current speed of time for 2 to 5 years for sure. And therefore, digital as a communication system, as a communication necessity, required to be very, very robust for any country. So any country which has got a very poor digital infrastructure is going to suffer more than anyone else. We are certainly going to suffer education wise, we are going to suffer economy wise and all that, because the more and more dependency on digital, and digital dependency in this case is going to be very audio visual oriented. So that means the infrastructure has to be robust, bandwidth has to be high. वो है नहीं हमारे रूरल इंडिया में. आप देख लीजिए, अभी सारे स्कूल बंद हैं, वो सारे बच्चे they don't have devices to get connected to their teachers even if they want. Teachers are not trained on digital, how to teach or learn. Kids do not have a smartphone and tablet or whatever that is required. We don't have bandwidth available which can be seamless, which can be affordable or even available. So there are challenges that we have. We have to do a rapid fire development of digital infrastructure in our country to fight COVID from the perspective of the digital availability, so that you don't get into a longer mess. तो आप जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म का तो ये you will have to play a very critical role in telling the government and everybody else that the whole rural market, the whole rural population, the whole rural geography is going to be in a serious trouble if we do not increase bandwidth, if we do not increase digital infrastructure, we do not increase digital understanding, if we do not increase digital banking, if you do not increase digital dependency and security and all that. That's very, very important.
Just for my understanding, supposing there are brands who wants to penetrate the rural areas, right? So in your view, if I have to go into the rural areas, which state would you advise that the marketers should get into a digital communication? And what kind of social medias or social handles or what kind of technology they should be using to decipher their information across the country?
So any brand which wants to go in rural India will have to first figure out their contextualization to rural India for sure. The second thing is not to think that which social media and all that. That's a part of the strategy that you need to adapt. But what I am saying is that it's very, very important for any brand when they go to rural India, go to that part of rural India which is actually less connected and poorly connected, because you have then a way of enabling things locally and getting intertwined with the population and their requirement, and also see how digital infrastructure can be contextualized, seen and built to meet the population's requirement and the brand's requirement also, and also there will be less competition, there will because उसमें आने में देर लगेगी लोगों को and all that. लेकिन अगर आपको मैं बोलूं वैसे केरला के साथ सबसे अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, आप केरला चले जाइए. अब केरला में तो गांव ऑलमोस्ट एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता ना, वहां तो गांव भी शहर जैसा ही होता है in terms of infrastructure and literacy and education and all that. But if I tell you to go to Bihar and UP, which is typically a real village with extremely poor infrastructure, but then you can take the responsibility to build a longer ecosystem, the deeper ecosystem, the deeper connect with the community that you want to serve. For example, let's say HLL is FMCG products. If they are going into rural, then you go, because any brand cannot go to rural just for selling. You need to understand people, their requirement, contextualization and all that is very, very important. So I would say that there is no ready-made formula के Facebook लेके जाएं या bandwidth लेके जाएं या Twitter लेके जाएं या Instagram लेके जाएं. It will be a mix of everything, but digital infrastructure अगर लेके जाना है, and there are बहुत तरीके हैं, सस्ते भी तरीके हैं. For example, when we go to rural India, if there is no connectivity, we build the connectivity. We buy bandwidth from one location and through Wi-Fi we take it to the village and then we distribute locally. Once they have connectivity, then they do anything and everything. So depending what brand you are talking about, I will be very happy to help to figure out that how you make a strategy to go to rural India. For everyone, it could be a different strategy. But one thing non-compromising is deeper connect with the community.
Yes. So, I mean, the brands needs to have a long-term strategy and the short-term strategy, and somewhere where they need to really build up something in coming times. So, you're talking about UP and Bihar. They are going to be long-term strategies because still the technology is going to take a lot of time before it really uh, take care. I mean, the Bihar and these kind of states are fully covered. So, man, I think we have limited time. So, before closing, just want in your view, what are the three predictions you will witness in the coming times in the rural areas for next 5, 10 years? And in terms of technology, what are the things what you feel that people should not be doing it? What not to be doing in rural areas while playing with the technology?
So one is, I would say, I don't know, two or three prediction, but one prediction which I can clearly see is that rural India is going to be more populated with migrant workers who have gone back to their houses, their homes, where the number of unemployment is going to increase, and because not all of them will come back to the city, at
Yeah.
least 50% of them will not come back to the city. So one prediction is that how to design and look at rural India with more young people, more capable people, more working people back in village. What will they do? And that's an opportunity also, by the way, that you can create new
That's a big
livelihood,
opportunity.
new
Yeah.
skills, new and all that. Uh, Yes. The second thing I foresee is that we might have to think of creating localized economy for district level, panchayat level, state level,
Mm.
so there will be less supply chain of various kind of things. So we have to figure out how we can create or will be created localized economy. I'm not
Mm.
saying we will not take supply from Kerala to Bihar or Kerala to Kashmir, but it may be more localized for the sustainability perspective. The
Mm.
third prediction for me is that that the large scale supply chain will go down, and we will gradually move to need based economy from the desire based economy, or the because most of our economy has been flourishing in the last several decades on a desire based economy. If you really
Mm.
look at all the things that you have in the house, you will see that necessity based to हमको सिर्फ खाना पानी ही चाहिए, घर चाहिए, all those things, basic necessity चाहिए. अब वो basic में से थोड़ा चेंज होगा, बट नेसेसिटी के अराउंड ज्यादा इकोनॉमी डेवलप करेगी, एंड ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन विल कम डाउन वेरी वेरी हेविली. सो आई सी द फ्यूचर विल बी मोर अबाउट नैनो entrepreneurship, micro entrepreneurship. We will also see the transfer of knowledge and data, and we used to know as ITES, IT enabled services, which is like rural BPO जिसको हम बोलते थे. अब उस तरह के काम लोकल काफी जाएंगे, और हम चाहेंगे कि ज्यादातर काम गांव में हो, क्योंकि शहर हैज बीन सीन दैट इट वाज नॉट सस्टेनेबल अर्लियर आल्सो, बट नाउ इमोशनली आल्सो इट्स नॉट सस्टेनेबल, बिकॉज बुरा टाइम आया तो लोगों ने हेल्प नहीं किया, सारे माइग्रेंट्स को वापस जाना पड़ा, इंडस्ट्री ने हाथ धो दिया. I mean, there are issues that we have figured out that has shown in COVID time. And yeah, and the last prediction is not prediction, necessity is that we have no choice but to see digital as a part of the basic fundamental right of the human being, and the
Mm.
necessity of human being, and the necessary infrastructure of the human being. And on that, it is very very important that a kind of policy we develop, that how do we deal with information, information that enables me and information that disables me, so how do we see that काम की information हमें पता लगे और बेकाम की information की अभी पता लगे, so that I can avoid.
So great! Your insights were really very, but especially the last three parts which you mentioned about, I found that they're very, very different from what people are overall imagining how the rule is going to be. Yes, I do agree with your point that economy has to, at the rural level, it has to be very, very different, where they will be looking at the basic needs. All right. Instead of we used to call that rural is a lot of aspirations, a lot of they aspire what the urban people is buying, high tech stuff and everything and all. But I think the overall post COVID, the dynamic is going to change quite a lot. So thank you so much for being with us,
Right.
and thank you for the insightful nuggets. and looking forward to be discussing with you in coming time in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you very much for bringing me here. Thank you.
Thank you, friends, for watching. From some interesting insights from Osama Manzar. Rural marketing has been constantly talking to market leaders who have excelled themselves in various fields. Friends, in case you have any rural marketing questions, please feel free to mail me, or our leadership council will be more than happy to answer your queries. And do not forget to share and subscribe. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you. Take care and bye bye.